Okay, so here I am. I've established the first 3/4 of an inch of weaving, and I've got that beaten down so I don't see any of the warp threads through the tapestry. So after that first 3/4 of an inch, I'm ready to transition to my second color to create overlapping stripes. So what you want to do is choose your second neutral. In this case, I've chosen this cream. And you want to think about this as if you are playing a game of chase. And trust that it might not seem like you're doing it right at first, but you give it a few rows, and then actually if you aren't doing it right, you just got to take it out and do it again. No big deal. All right, so to start my next color, if I'm playing a game of chase and I see that this last row came through, so here's my needle on this side from right to left, then I'm also going to chase that row from right to left with this next color. Now I still have to alternate, so if this last row was an under row to start, then this one has to start as an over. So I'm gonna go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way across. And then when I get across, I'm going to leave a tail of 3 to 4 inches. If you leave your tails too short, it's just so much harder at the end. Okay, and then as any other row, I want to create the bubbles before using my makeshift beater to ensure that my tension stays consistent. Okay, so I've added in my first contrast row. So now here I am on this side, and I have both of my colors and both of my needles over here. So now I need to do my gold color again. And what you got to figure out is you have to trap this cream yarn. So you got to get your gold to wrap around that. And I know that you're like, what is happening? But once you do it, you'll see, oh, I get it. Because if you don't get it wrapped, then your row will come undone. All right, so let's get this puppy across here. And just like I would on, and here I'm going to show you. So now you can see with this row how I have captured this so that it's wrapped by the gold. So that's how that should look. Okay, so if you're like, I don't get it, just hang with me for a couple more rows and you'll see. Ooh, you can already see the little bead of the cream color showing there. Okay, so now I need to play chase. So now it is the cream turn. So I'm going to follow with my plain weave as usual. I can't quite get it across, no problem. Notice if you kind of hold down when you're pulling, keeps it from pulling your selvage in. And I can kind of keep my bubble there, but I still have to finish going through these last few warp threads. Okay. All right, so I've got that row through, tuck that down there to create a little bit of a bubble, pack this down. Okay, so now you can see here how these two colors are interlocked, and it actually creates this nice little detail on the edge. All right, now we're going to repeat that on this side. I just finished with the cream, so now I need to play chase with my gold. And once again, I'm going to think about this in terms of capturing and wrapping that cream. So in this case, since I have to start by going under this warp, I'm going to go over this cream, and let's get this through. Ooh, losing my needle up there. All right. So once again, you can see how it captures. Now you've also got this little guy down here, and that's just from where the cream started. We'll weave that tail in at the end. But you can see that that gold is wrapping around the cream and capturing it there at our bubble. And pack that down. Okay, so at this point, after you've done those, it was 4 passes, now you can start to see the pattern emerge. So you can see that when you alternate colors like that, because these are interlocking, it ends up creating the illusion of vertical stripes, which you'll see more of as we move up into this pattern. Okay, an imperfect but hopefully still helpful way of showing you how to get started on the second section of your tapestry.